Good afternoon. It's time for yet another NFL Bucky's Mill Day. This is your host, Mike C., of course, and as always, the star of the show, the epicenter of everything. It's Bucky. Say hi, Bucky. Bucky says hi. Well, we finally got it. We've had it for a couple of weeks now, but this is the latest Lindy's Sports, Pro Football 2023 preview magazine. In my opinion, the best preview magazine out there. It's got pages per team. It's got recap of the draft. It's got upcoming draft players and great articles. And it's the one that I prefer, and probably will only get this one from now on because it's just a great magazine. Their ones are very good. I just like this one better. Of course, it's got Patrick Mahomes on the cover as always, because that's what we get around here. Well, that's okay. He's a great player. Wish he was on my team. I'm happy he is on my brother's team. Not a lot to report this week. Started off, we had 14 viewers last week, which is good, very good for us. And started out a little slow, like it usually does, but it picked up in the middle of the week, and 14 out of 17 is not bad. If we get more than 17, that's fantastic. You can always like the videos. You can always subscribe. I don't have a subscriber in, months, Bucky. It's been a long time. Well, that's all right. That's not up to me. It's up to you if you want to join. Some weeks we get a lot more views. Sometimes we get less, obviously. So we try to entertain. We try to have fun, yet inform people. And this is what you get. So, as far as teams go, we'll start with the Lions. Not a lot of news coming out. It's still a couple weeks before training camp. The biggest news is there's been trade rumors for two players that I've seen recently. It's been reported on other websites and other YouTube videos. One is Aaron Donald, whom the Lions should have drafted a long time ago instead of a certain tight end who shall remain nameless. I'm not crazy about that. He's 30. He threatened to retire last year, and he's earned it. He's a fantastic player. Still a fantastic player. And we need help up the middle in defense. The cost is the main reason why I'm against this trade. It's been projected, first round draft pick. That's too high for maybe a 1-year player. No, as much as I'd love to have him, it's just too high of a draft pick. The other player on the same team, the Rams, is Cooper Kupp. And I like that one, but he's also pushing 30. I think he's at 30. I've seen he went a first round and 2/3. Great wide receiver. Still very productive. He was injured last year, like a lot of Rams were. But no, first round pick for a 30-year-old wide receiver, no, just doesn't cut it for me. I love for both of them to be on. Maybe both for a first round pick. I could see that. But no, it's just too risky and too expensive. The cost would be very high for either one. Salary cap. Lions have a good chunk of salary cap. They could probably get I'd say 2 players for the same price, and less draft pick compensation. So no, I have to pass on those two. So that's really the only news I've seen out of Lions camp. It's typical this time of year. There's not a lot of movement. Players are still on vacation. Coaches are also on vacation. So there's not a lot of news coming out of the NFL. And it's gearing up for, like I said, 2 weeks training camp. And that'll be exciting. And, of course, we'll report on here Bucky's Mill Day. The other team I talk about is the Blackhawks. Again, in July. But not much, again, to report. Just glowing reviews about their number 1 draft pick. he had his first Chicago deep dish pizza. I guess he loved it, and he's just gotten a lot of glowing reviews for Connor Bedard, and he's mature. He's only 17, people, but he's very smart, very hockey smart, and I'm really looking forward to seeing his progress and to be on the Hawks. So that's exciting. The Reds, it's All-Star break, and I can't remember what day the All-Star. Maybe on Wednesday. They had home derby and all that stuff, which I don't really care about. It's lost its luster from years ago. Um, but the Reds are in first place by a game, I believe, over the Brewers, and I never thought I would see that this year because I wasn't expecting anything from the Reds, except for the manager to be fired. Hi, Suki. Suki just came down. She's upside down, all twisted up, which she likes to do. Um, so I'm very surprised that the Reds are in first, and so that's great. I'm happy for them. So let's hope they can continue for the rest of the year. That's about it. Well, there's one guy. I can't remember his name now. Darn. I'll put it in the description. he stole second, he stole third, and he stole home in 2 pitches. It's incredible. I don't recall ever seeing that. I'm sure it's happened, but not very often. Suki, you're so funny. She's all upside down, just looking at me. She's such a good dog. You're such a good girl, aren't you, baby? Okay. And she likes being on the video. Uh, but that was a great sequence, and I think they lost their last game if I remember right. Like I said, they're a game up over the Brewers, and that's fine for me. So that's pretty much a review of the teams this week. Um, I'm getting some more pictures this week for my wall, and so I'm going to CVS in a little while, and gonna get some key pictures, like filling holes and stuff like that. So, but we got a lot of pictures, but I like the way it looks, and I usually get discounts on not every picture, but a lot of them I'll get a coupon or something off of them. And I'm not really using the frames anymore, the slide in things, because I don't know, it's not that. So he's like licking my legs. um, so that's okay. Get back to the magazine. I haven't read it all yet. Uh, it's like, well, it's not really that important right now to read it. I have thumbed through it. Very good pictures, good articles. And over the course of the weeks, I will be using some pictures from them for the props. Same with the college ones. So I've got enough. I'm not worried about props for a while, and I will read both of them. That's for sure. But the Badgers continue to sign, these transfer players. It's just incredible the amount of great players they're getting. They signed an offensive guard or tackle, I believe, last week. They're going for quarterbacks. They signed a guy from Minnesota, which is always good. I think that's the offensive tackle I was talking about. So they're always getting new players, a lot of players, and that's they should be very good this year. They're signing running backs also, so I expect a lot from them. They could be very good, especially in a couple years. They get even obviously more players and more for his team, for Fickle, the head coach. But I'm very excited for the Badgers this coming season, and that's still a ways away, but that's fine. The weather's been nice. It's cooled off a little bit. We hit 100 a couple weeks ago. Now it's been low 90s, which is a lot better for me and Suki because she doesn't like the heat. She's it's too hot for her. So we worked a lot in the yard last weekend, and basically I moved dirt, um, which is, that's what you have to do. So I did a lot of that, and it was very tiring, and it was hot, and it pretty much wiped me out for a while. I'm not, strong and durable as I used to be. But anyway, I don't make excuses. But I think that's about it, Bucky. How are we doing on time? Yep, we're over 10. All right. Again, thanks for all the views. And we'll get into the magazine more in the coming weeks. And it's a great magazine. If I'd pick it up, I'd recommend it highly. And so for Mike C, your host, and of course the star as always, it's Bucky. Say bye, Bucky. Bucky says bye. And take care. Tell somebody you love them. That's very important. And be kind to animals. That's very important also. All right, bye.